What's up, guys? It's your boy Benny. Ferris Bueller once said, life comes at you fast, you better slow down and enjoy it. You just might miss it all, especially if you're living in your basement and campaigning from your basement and letting the media do your job for you as a presidential candidate. That's what Joe Biden was doing when he said this.
Not be another foot of wall constructed on my administration. Number one.
Not another foot of wall. Well, guess what? Jack, boom, bitch. Biden's border U-turn. White House begins construction on Trump's wall in Texas. They are building the wall in deal to seal out the surge of migrants in shock reversal, prompting Trump to gloat that he was always right. Ladies and gentlemen, let's read. DHS Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas quietly issued a waiver on Wednesday, cited acute and immediate need to construct physical barriers in Texas. Waiver applies to limited stretches of the border in Starr County, Texas. So they are building 20 miles of a border wall, ladies and gentlemen. They've waived now laws, including laws, environmental laws, endangered species laws. You remember Donald Trump was sued every single day, like 10 times a day, because of some animal that will be affected, right? Some squirrel or some mouse or some woodpecker that would be affected by Donald Trump's wall. They were able to effectively stop through litigation the building of Trump's wall. And now, ladies and gentlemen, Joe Biden is waiving all of those concerns, lying to the American people, saying he won't build another foot of wall, and declaring to wrinkled old human testicle here, who deserve to be in prison, Mayorkas does, certainly deserves to be in Guantanamo Bay, that he must build a wall. Mayorkas cites immediate need to waive regulations, build border wall in Texas as immigration surges. Yeah, okay. What's really happening here is you are starting to get headlines like this from across the country in dark blue areas. They're starting to see polling come back from people saying, wait a second, you're doing what to our communities? You're going to have migrants come here to our sanctuary cities where they are promised free food, money, and shelter by law, and you are going to replace us. That's what local communities are saying in places like Chicago. Chicagoans have had enough. The Adamson Park youth football program has been kicked out of their neighborhood field house so it can become a migrant shelter. The players showed up to protest. So the young football players marched in to a gymnasium to protest in Chicago. This is a bad look for Democrats. This is a bad look. Listen to the residents of Chicago.
We have a hard no for immigrants coming here. A very hard no.
We come in a community of black people where we already get the low scraps. And then you want to take the little scraps, the resources that we have, and put us at the bottom of the barrel? That's not fair, and I won't have it.
Put us at the bottom of the barrel. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what it looked like inside of dark blue Chicago as residents take over a city forum, heckling the Democrat mayor, trying to set up a colony of illegal immigrants in the middle of the city. You work for us. It does look like Democrats have united America against them. You have white, black, Latino, but looks like predominantly black, as many neighborhoods in Chicago are, screaming out against the socialist mayor and against the Democrat Party. This is why they're building the wall. You work for us! 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 So, ladies and gentlemen, what do you see in this video? This is a video of our southern border. What do you see when you look at this video? This is the American southern border. You can see here the lights there. The American southern border. And you see this. Look at this. People streaming in. Pure, total chaos. People just running across the border. Mobs of people just running across the border. It's an invasion. It's conquest. It's by design, obviously, by design. Look at this. El Paso today. It's an invasion. Look at as far as the eye can see. People stemming in. And you know where those people get sent? By the Republican state of Texas. They get sent to sanctuary cities. The Roosevelt Hotel in New York City, record number of buses have been dropped off by Governor Abbott. New York City officials went to court to temporarily end or modify the right to shelter law. Migrants state that the Salvation Army has a hand in shipping migrants to New York City. Some migrants' court dates could be 2025. Migrants are also being flown to New York City in record numbers. Look at this. Guess who pays that bill? Democrat New Yorkers. F around, find the F out. Oh, yeah, you can't survive? Guess where your tax dollars are going to? Some people who don't pay taxes. There you go. You voted for it. You voted for it. It's all fun and games. It's all fun until the rabbit gets the gun. Ladies and gentlemen, migrants have overtaken luxury hotels in New York City. They are at a breaking point. What rates are they getting per night, per room, by the New York City taxpayer dollars? Remember, this is not a federal plan. This is a New York City plan. They passed a law that said we will be a sanctuary city. It makes us feel good, so we'll be a sanctuary city. So we're going to pay for it. They did this during Trump to get back at Trump. And now what do people say in New York City? AOC can't even give a speech on the street without being screamed down by New Yorkers.
The American dream. We believe in it, and we will fight for it. With that?
Yes, and ultimately, I think that there are 3 points of consensus here that are very important in getting a solution to this issue. The first is that there is consensus here across geography and states on increased federal resources to cities and municipalities dealing.
AOC can't even give a speech. And there's Jamal Bowman behind her, just sweating bullets, trying to find a fire alarm to pull. He needs to get the hell out of there. Joe Biden wanted to get the hell out of there today. Joe Biden was at the White House today. He's clearly feeling the pressure of this reverse in policy. Listen.
The border wall, the money was appropriated for the border wall. I tried to get them to reappropriate, to redirect that money. They didn't. They wouldn't. And in the meantime, there's nothing under the law other than they have to use the money for what it was appropriated. I can't stop that.
Do you believe the border wall works?
No. Okay, thank you.
All right, did you catch that? So he didn't want the money to go to the wall. You guys, what a bamboozle today. He's not trying to help the situation. He's trying to say that he was forced into building any portion of the wall because he couldn't get the money reallocated. He doesn't care about what's happening down there. I'm glad he told us the truth.
Yeah, he had to do it. But what we have here is that he had to waive 26 federal laws in order to do this and build the wall. And by the way, if you know the money was appropriated for this, you had to do it. Your hands were tied. Why day one did you say, I would never do this wall? Were you just uninformed?
For the same reason he's doing this. He needs the votes. He's got to get those numbers going up. Congresswoman Kat Kammack of Florida was on with me last hour, and she didn't, you said it so nicely, waived those 24 rules. She said he's breaking federal law to get this done right now. Does that sound like he's got to spend the money on the wall? Or does it sound like he's got to spend money on the wall now because his poll numbers are awful?
It sounds like 2 in 10 voters approve of what you're doing on the southern border. There's a crisis, and he's having nightmares of 2016 when someone who was unlikely to win the presidency did because he had build the wall. I can't wait to hear build the wall at the Biden rallies.
I can't wait to hear build the wall. At the Biden rallies, we showed you. We were right. We showed you. Biden was building the wall. 60 days before CNN got the story, we were there in Arizona showing you that Biden is secretly building the wall. Watch.
Welcome to Yuma, Arizona, the border with America and Mexico. Maybe you remember this bad boy. You've seen it in your wildest dreams or nightmares. It's Donald Trump's wall. It is impossible to climb this wall. Not only is it flaming hot, ouch, it burns the fingers. 100 degrees outside. Now here's something interesting. A brand new wall. This is the Joe Biden wall. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. He said not one more foot of that Donald Trump racist wall shall we build.
There will not be another foot of wall constructed on my administration.
But here we are. I only bring you this news to show you that he is a dirty liar and that Joe Biden is in fact building this wall, but looks like it may still be effective. We're going to find out today. This is Benny on the Border.